These are moments when out-of-control kids pulled guns on police officers. Meet 15-year-old Tavion Kuntz Williams, who, on April 1st, 2024, was reported to police by a civilian who witnessed him pointing a gun at houses in the area of Newton Street. A short time later, an officer found Tavion walking in the area and attempted to stop him, but the situation almost immediately took a turn for the worse.
Where you come? Can I see your hands real quick? Hey, it's fake! Shots fired! Shots fired! It's fake! It's fake! It's fake! It's fake! It's fake! Shots fired! Drop to the ground! Drop to the ground! Drop to the ground! It's fake! Drop to the ground! Drop to the ground!
According to the officer's account, when he opened his door, Tavion quickly turned towards him holding the weapon, and fearing for his safety, he responded by firing his own weapon, striking Tavion in the wrist.
It's fake! It's fake! I promise! Hands behind your back! Hands behind your back! It's fake! All right, man. Oh, my arm hurts. Please, sir, please. Relax, man. Relax. Please. It's fake. It's fake. It's a fake gun. I promise. Get the guns right there. I was scared, bro. Hey, tourniquet. Tourniquet now. Tourniquet.
The firearm Tavion was holding was recovered and confirmed to be a BB gun. Regardless, Tavion was still taken into custody and charged with carrying a fake firearm. The following month, the charge was dropped and the officer involved was fired in connection to an unrelated incident. This next teen also made the mistake of brandishing a fake weapon at the police, but was met with deadly consequences.
Make sure you got no weapons on you.
On June 28, 2024, police were searching the area of Shaw State for a suspect connected to several recent armed robberies. The officers eventually spotted two males walking through the neighborhood, one of whom, 13-year-old Nia Mwe, matched the description of the suspect.
The reason why we're stopping, keep your hands out of your pockets. The reason why we're stopping is you're riding the roadway and you're walking.
I forgot about that.
What do you mean you forgot about that?
Like, he was just having fun. Like, he was living over there.
Yeah. Hey, just pat you down and make sure you got no weapons on you.
One running. He's fine. He's ready for the right side. Gun! Drop it! Start us in the ambulance. We got shots fired. Start us in the ambulance. Got shots fired.
As the pair were tussling, Nia was gripping his firearm in his hand, and fearing that his partner would be shot, the second officer fatally shot the 13-year-old in the chest. His weapon was later examined and found to be no more than a pellet gun. Nia's case serves as a tragic example of why you shouldn't run from the cops. But what makes this next case even more shocking is that the suspect was shot while surrendering to the police.
Stop!
On July 30th, 2023, an officer was tending to the scene of an abandoned vehicle when a citizen approached and informed him that they observed a teenager on a scooter, wearing a mask and carrying a gun. The officer responded to the area and located the 15-year-old suspect, but within seconds of exiting his car, the situation took a dark turn.
Get your hands up. Stop.
In the next moment, the officer fired on the teenager twice, and he fell to the ground. Before he was shot, he could be heard trying to explain to the officer that the weapon was a BB gun. However, his failure to obey the officer's commands resulted in lethal force. Fortunately, the suspect survived and went on to recover. If you think that officer had reason to be scared, this next officer had to stop a suspect from potentially firing his weapon inside of a store. On June 17th, 2024, an officer observed a vehicle speeding with an inoperable brake light and dark windows. As the officer got behind the vehicle, it led him on a chase to the local Dollar Tree, where a 16-year-old passenger hopped out before it took off again, and the suspect appeared to be carrying something large underneath his shirt.
Where did he go? The black guy don't wear him.
If you look here, you can see the barrel of a rifle that the officer is pulling from underneath the teenager's shirt. But even though the firearm was found underneath his clothing, the suspect began to insist that the gun wasn't his.
Hey, drop the gun, drop. Stop, get on the ground, 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 get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Oh, not my gun.
Get on the ground. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Tell him that's not my gun, bro.
Get on the ground. Stay on your feet.
Bro, that's not my gun, bro. That's not mine, though.
Put your hands behind your back.
That's not my gun, bro.
Turn around.
That's not my gun, though.
Turn around.
Bro, that's not my gun. You don't need my possession.
Turn around.
The 16-year-old suspect, who was later discovered to be a delinquent felon, was transported to the police station while his partner was caught and the car was searched. Inside, police discovered a backpack containing several small bags of marijuana. The suspect claimed ownership of the bag, and as a result, he was charged with possession of a weapon by a delinquent felon, possession of a short barrel rifle, possession of marijuana, display of a firearm during a felony, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on an officer, and resisting arrest without violence. He's being held in the Marion County Jail without bond. While that officer was able to intercept the danger, they weren't able to stop this next suspect before he fired in the middle of a school football game.
Hey, shoot, shot fire, shot fire! Hey, hey, hey!
On August 18th, 2023, police were dealing with a separate matter on the roadway in front of First Coastal High School when a fight suddenly broke out in the parking lot during a school football game. Officers rushed over to break it up, but were caught by surprise when 15-year-old Devon Thompson began firing a gun in the crowd.
Hey, where's your? What a gun! Where's your shot? Hey, shoot, shot fire, shot fire! Hey, hey! Hey, shoot, shot fire, shot fire! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Hey, he's running to the dailies, running to the dailies. Get up right now. Don't you move. Got it, grab. Got it? Yeah.
While no officers were injured, Devon was transported to the hospital with a graze to the head. After being patched up, he was taken to the local juvie center where he was charged with discharging a firearm on school property and carrying a concealed firearm. That case was just centimeters away from ending like this next case, where an armed teen was stopped inside of a convenience store.
Yo, come here. Hey, stop.
On July 12th, 2024, police were surveilling a home that they believed was connected to multiple crimes and gang activity. Eventually, 19-year-old Tristan Mayberry, a suspected gang member, was seen exiting the home with a gun and going to the nearby 7-Eleven. Aware that he was armed, the deputies decided to corner him inside the store and take him into custody. Their plan quickly fell apart when Tristan refused to comply.
Boss man, you know only one of you guys could be riding on a scooter, right?
No, sir, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's the law, man. All right. So, you got your ID? Hey, come here, man. Come here, dude. Yo, come here. Hey, stop, 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 stop. Hands up, hands up.
According to the deputies' reports, Tristan reached for the gun in his waistband, which prompted the officer to shoot him. But even after falling to the ground and being tackled by a deputy, he allegedly continued to grab for his weapon.
Don't grab, don't grab. Port signal 43, shot fired. Don't grab, don't grab, stop, stop, stop.
Paramedics arrived minutes later to render aid, but Tristan was pronounced dead at the scene. The firearm recovered from the scene was a 9mm pistol with an extended magazine. But unlike that trigger-happy officer, these next officers couldn't use their weapons to solve this next case. On November 12, 2018, police received a disturbing call, stating that there was a young boy standing outside of a Dollar Tree with a knife to his throat. The 12-year-old had apparently escaped from Buckeye Ranch Mental Health Facility by climbing on a tree and used a branch to hit a guard over the head before running away. He then fled to the Dollar Tree, where he grabbed 2 butcher knives and ran back outside, threatening to harm himself. Thanks to the quick actions of one clever officer, the suspect was disarmed without injury and taken into custody. He was subsequently transported to Nationwide Children's Hospital and charged with inducing panic, assault, aggravated menacing, and theft. Hopefully, that young child gets the help and care that he really needs. This next suspect, on the other hand, just needs to stop using social media.
And in the photo, it looks like there's some sort of a weapon sticking out of the...
On March 8th, 2022, the security officer at Atlantic High School received a tip about a student who'd made a threatening TikTok post that morning. The suspect, 16-year-old Anthony Luce, had posted a picture hours earlier with what appeared to be a gun tucked into his waistband. Upon learning of the potential threat, the officer immediately went to locate the student.
Are you... Sir, you know what I want to talk to you about? You don't know? Okay. Do me a favor, keep your hands out of your pockets for me. Okay, take your backpack off for me. Somebody reported that they have a photo of you, and in the photo it looks like there's some sort of a weapon sticking out of a pocket, or take your hands out of your pockets. Okay. Do me a favor, just lift your sweatshirt up. Turn around for me. Turn around again. Lift your sweatshirt up again. What is that? Relax. Okay. Anything else I need to be concerned about?
It's not hot.
Is it?
There's a mag inside my hood.
What kind of gun is it?
It's a 9mm. To be honest, it's not loaded. It has the mag in it, but it's not caught back. I almost got jumped 2 days ago, so I have it. So $200 on my wallet and I got jumped.
So, this back door, I'm not going to parade you through the gym, but we're going to go to my office and we're going to do the investigation. Okay?
Inside the security office, they found the firearm to be a fully loaded 9mm handgun that he'd stolen from a relative's closet. A second loaded magazine and a holster were located inside his backpack. The owner of the gun was contacted and wanted to press charges. Thus, Anthony was booked into the local juvie center for charges of possession of a firearm on school property, grand theft of a firearm, and carrying a concealed firearm. He'll probably think twice before posting from now on. Likewise, these next suspects definitely learned a lifelong lesson after almost being shot by the police.
Bro,
I'm so sorry.
you should be sorry, and you should be scared.
In October of 2018, officers received report that one of two minors had flashed a gun while walking through the area. An officer surveyed the area and eventually located two 11 and 13-year-old boys, one of whom was brandishing a firearm. In response, the officer quickly exited his vehicle with his gun drawn, at which point the terrified suspect dropped his weapon and both teens surrendered.
And they call in and they say, there's two young... You had to show somebody, because how the hell did they know you had it?
I ain't showing them, but I know I was just holding it like running like this.
Okay, you can't do that, dude. In today's world, listen,
Yes.
that thing looks real, bro.
I'm so sorry.
You should be sorry, and you should be scared.
Yes, sir.
If that was a different cop, bro, he killed it. And you pulled it out, you should have just... I got it right here.
No, I ain't want to shoot out there.
I know you didn't want me to shoot. You think how old are you, boy?
11 years old.
How old are you, young man?
13.
Do you think I want to shoot an 11-year-old? Do you think I want to shoot a 13-year-old? Do I honestly look like the type of dude that wants to shoot anybody? But do I look like the type of dude that will shoot somebody? All right. I pride myself on being a pretty bad hombre, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I gotta be.
Yes, sir.
Don't make me.
Yes, sir.
The officer then transported the boys home and spoke with them and their mother, informing her that they were carrying fake guns around the city. And he didn't mince words with the suspects about the stupidity of their actions.
I pull up on him, and I'm not gonna lie to you, doing cop stuff, I drew down on him. While I'm rolling up on him in the car, he freaks out, and he starts to pull the gun out of his waistband.
He could have shot you for that, you know that?
He dropped it real fast, and I didn't know it was a BB gun until it hit the sidewalk. Regardless of what people say about the dudes wearing this uniform, okay, we care, all right? We legitimately care. I've been in the military, I've been overseas, I'm a police officer. I've had to do things that I hope that your generation never has to do. Having said that, the last thing I ever want to do is shoot an 11-year-old man, because your life hasn't even gotten started yet, and it could have ended.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have missed. I could have killed you. I want you to think about that tonight when you go to bed. You could be gone. Everything you want to do in this life could have been over.
After a real and direct conversation with the suspects, the officer released the boys to their mother and parted ways without further incident. At least those suspects were mature enough to admit their wrongs, unlike this next suspect, who insisted that he was allowed to bring a gun to school.
There wasn't a law. There there's a law.
Not against bringing a gun. There's no statute.
On May 2nd, 2023, Orange High School was placed on lockdown after an ammunition round was found on the floor inside the school cafeteria. During the lockdown, 18-year-old Nolan Rosen came forward to administrators and admitted that the bullet was his.
Oh, okay.
Somebody find something you know about?
Because I had a bullet in my pocket, but it wasn't like, it's not like I'm planning anything. I dropped it on the ground.
Okay.
But I didn't know I'm not allowed to bring a bullet. Wait, I'm not like a school shooter. Like, if I was a school shooter, I wouldn't tell you. You know what I mean? I really gotta be careful. Well, I have a 22 Henry rifle. Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm kind of like sentimental about it. Oh. So I use it. I don't shoot it, but I use it as my gun.
Nolan readily admitted that he had a hunting rifle in his car in the parking lot, which was later recovered by police in addition to dozens more rounds of ammo. Nolan also advised that he'd brought 3 rounds of ammunition into the school. However, he continued to insist that he wasn't planning to use it.
Be honest with me, you didn't bring any gun into school, did you?
No.
That's the only, you only had 1 round?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't like bring a gun into school.
No, okay, I know.
That's not my intention.
You know I gotta ask though, right?
And I looked it up. It said there's no statute for bringing a, like there's no law against bringing a bullet to school.
Okay.
I'm just like letting you know.
Hey, can you put that Gatorade down real quick?
Of course.
All right, just turn around, face over here real quick. Put your hand on that table for me.
Oh, I got more bullets. I got 2.
Okay, don't put your hand in your pocket. Just keep your hands on the table. Just put them on the table. Just put them on the table for me real quick, okay? So I'm gonna have to search you.
Yeah, I know.
That'd be nice. So you had 2 bullets in this one?
Right there.
Okay, that's all of them?
Yeah.
All right, so I do gotta continue searching, that's all.
Are these from a range?
No, I have a Henry repeating rifle, and I kind of just use it as like a thing to like comfort me a little bit.
At home or?
Yeah. I don't like, I have no ill intention. I'm really scared about that stuff, like school shooters too. I'm like very, it makes me anxious too that anyone can just walk into school and shoot it up. So I'm like, you worried about that? Yeah, I worry about that stuff a lot sometimes. What made you bring those with you? Just because literally it makes me feel comfortable. You have a gun in your car? Yeah, of course. Well, not of course. Like I don't carry it all the time, but I just literally carried it in my car. Like I don't bring it in the school.
Is there a gun in your car right now?
Yeah. Let's go out.
I mean, if you keep it like this, so do you have a zip tie? I mean, if you just zip tied it like this, you're not. You verified that he's 18. So we looked on.
Yeah, I can triple check, but
Is he a senior?
he's a junior.
18-year-old junior?
Yep.
Those are usually the ones that bring them.
Back in the front office, Nolan continued to argue that what he was doing wasn't illegal, but he would quickly find out that he was mistaken after being advised that he was facing expulsion and a felony.
I just see a lot of videos where having the gun prevents like altercations, or if they didn't have the gun, it would
Like online videos and stuff like
a different
that.
outcome and stuff. Like there's one guy who was like 200 pounds bigger than this guy, and he comes up to his car and he's like, "I want to fight you." It looks like he's about to rip him out of his car, and the guy just pulls out a gun, and the guy turns around and walks the other way, and it's like that's all it is. The situation's over just because he didn't even like do anything, just because he's.
Come with me. You are potentially facing a 10-day suspension and recommendation for expulsion.
Wait, potentially what?
For guns, weapons, and disruption. So I just need you to sign here stating that I present you with this.
Wait.
So it's a 10-day suspension, potentially. So we have to talk afterwards, but it's a possible 10-day suspension with a recommendation for expulsion for weapons, specifically guns and disruptive. Sorry.
So there's a policy that says I can't bring a gun on the parking lot.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, we'll get all that for you down the road. But
They wanted to bring the school buses let them run on time.
I didn't see that policy.
okay, like I said, I'm just presenting you with this right now. So I just like we'll talk after you're finished writing, but I just need you to sign that I presented you with what you put.
But I feel like I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay. Well,
So why would I sign? So I didn't do I feel like I did nothing wrong.
are you refusing to sign?
No, I'm not refusing to sign.
So either sign or don't sign.
Well, what happens if I refuse to sign?
then I just have Mrs. Ferguson witness that I presented you with this. It makes no difference. It actually makes no difference if you sign it.
This is saying I acknowledged and I knew there was a policy
It doesn't
against.
say that. No, it doesn't say that. Just take a second to read through it.
But by checking it off, you're basically saying I knew there was a policy against that.
It's saying
I didn't know
that-
there was a policy against not
Right,
parking
it's
like
saying
median.
that you're facing a potential suspension and expulsion because of these violations. It doesn't say that you know what they were. It doesn't say any of that. So take a second to look at it.
Well, should I have checked the school's policies before bringing the gun? Like, should I have looked through all the policies to make sure that I was allowed to bring it?
Yeah, but you would have to sign that. That's just acknowledgement. It's not saying that you're guilty or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's just
because I was
saying
gonna
that you
say, like,
received it.
I thought I was allowed to, like, bring it in the parking lot.
I mean, regardless, you're gonna have to either sign it or don't sign it. But
You know what I mean? I thought I was allowed to bring a rifle in the parking lot.
Okay. You still right?
Well, I'm just kind of explaining that I thought I was allowed to bring it, as long as I wasn't bringing it actually in the building. So I didn't check the policy before I brought the gun. That's why I brought it, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't it's literally the only reason, my only justification is I didn't check the policies. But I get how it sounds when you say this kid brought a gun to school in this modern age. It sounds like my only intentions were to shoot up the school, but my intentions weren't to shoot up the school. My intentions were to use it as a thing for a comfort thing, I think, to calm me down a little bit, and kind of like a sentimental thing a little bit, kind of like a pacifier.
So I am suspending you for 10 days with a recommendation for expulsion. So what happens now is suspension will start tomorrow, and only the superintendent can determine whether or not to expel a student. So I'm recommending you for expulsion. Since you are also on a 504 plan, somebody from the special education department will be reaching out to you because we're going to have to hold what's called a manifestation determination meeting. I have to go fill out the rest of it.
I didn't disrupt anything.
The whole school was on lockdown, buddy. I'd call that about as big of a disruption.
Despite the issue being explained to him several times, Nolan continued to make comments that indicated that he'd learned nothing at all.
Well, the problem wasn't bringing the gun. The problem was I dropped the bullet in the hallway. That was the problem. Pretty much.
regardless, you can't bring a firearm on school property.
Yeah, you're right. It's their policy. I guess it's a learning lesson though. You have stuff as serious as bullets. You gotta keep track of every bullet you have. You gotta really count on it.
Yeah, and they can't ever come here. Schools.
Well, I didn't look at the policies before I brought it.
It's a law, though.
There wasn't a law.
There is a law.
Not against bringing a gun. There's no statute. Dude, I promise I looked it up before I brought it, and there's no statute against it.
I assure you.
I mean, it's a policy, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I think you're wrong.
Okay.
You'd have to show me where it says that. Do you think they should ban guns in the U.S.?
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Well, I feel like assault rifles are different because those are kind of made for mass murders. Like my repeating rifle, you shoot it one time, got to do a whole system. It's a lot of time between shots, so you're not gonna the assault rifles should be banned. I feel like because those are kind of just you're asking for people to do bad stuff with those things because they're just literally they have no purpose. I don't know, they're stupid. The assault rifles should be banned. I feel like.
We talked to our prosecutor. He's the guy that kind of makes the law decisions, all right? It is against the law to bring a gun into what's called the safety zone or a school, right?
That's subjective.
What is subjective?
But you consider it a safety zone.
Okay. So now's not going to be the time to contest it right now, okay? So basically what I'm telling you is we're going to end up charging you, okay? And you're 18 years old.
There's no law against that. Bringing a gun on the school property, there's no law. There's no statute.
I'm telling you there is.
It's a policy, not a law.
No, there's a state law. You're going to come with us. We're going to legally handcuff you until we get you outside to a cruiser. Because there's a lot of people going on. We want to save you any kind of...
There's no law against bringing a gun. It's a policy. There's no, show me the statute. There's no statute.
I told you before, I assure you, there is an actual law. We'll show it to you when we get to the station. I mean, we're not making it up. We're trying to...
I think you are making it up.
No, we're trying to accommodate you.
I'll do you a favor.
In a good way.
I'll do it for you right now.
So how am I supposed to know this is a safety zone?
A safety zone is any school property and/or school bus stop.
Does it say safety zone is and/or school property?
School.
I don't think it does.
Yeah,
School
it does.
safety zone.
School safety zone is defined as any school property.
Legal, and one of the things I want to do before we take you out there is read you what's called your Miranda rights, okay? Because probably once we get to jail...
Before I brought the gun, I looked it up and there was no law against any school property.
Like I said, this is not the time to argue about it, okay? This is just what's happened. So, because we're about to place you under arrest, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand those rights?
I'm just confused because it's not against the law to bring a gun on school property.
At this point, a superior officer stepped in to give Nolan his final warning to stand up before he would have to be forced into handcuffs.
I'm just confused because it's not against the law to bring a gun on school property.
Okay, it's our
It's a
prosecutor.
policy, it's not a law. There's a difference between a policy and a law.
We're not going to arrest you on a school policy. We're arresting you on a state law.
Yeah, so you made it up.
Right here. Is it Nolan?
Yeah.
My name's Jason.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're not gonna debate what is or isn't. We know what we have. We have violation of law, right?
I don't think there is a violation of law.
Okay, and you can think that, and we do arrest people that think they aren't in violation of laws. That does happen. You have the right to believe that.
You could.
What we need.
You just pull some piece of like.
We need you to come with us.
Well, now that I know it's a law, why can't I just not bring the gun on school property?
It's a pretty serious offense, and we aren't going to give you a verbal warning or just kind of say, "Hey, don't do it again" for something that's serious.
This is like, you know, this is like this is a newer generational problem. This is not like a problem that they had like back in the day. This might be like your first time dealing with a situation like this in your whole career. So I don't think you can just arrest me like that.
Well, we are arresting you. If we thought that there was an inkling that we were wrong, if there was any gray area, we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do it. We respect your rights, okay? As a person. Stand up. Behind your back. I can put your hands behind your back.
I'm telling you, I respect you.
It's okay. It's okay. You're safe with us, okay?
I gotta get it.
Everything is gonna be okay. We'll explain everything.
Why would I not be safe? Why would I not be safe?
You are safe.
Yeah, but why would I not be safe?
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable and not.
By saying you're safe with us, that means you're assuming I'm not safe.
No, I just want you to have the understanding of where we're coming from.
I know where you're coming from.
Okay. Hold on. Officer Neil and I are walk with you out here, okay? Just take a breath.
You're just arresting me on a charge that's made up. I know.
It's not.
You are though.
It's made up. It's been in
It's made up. No, it's made up, dude.
Make up things.
It's
we
made
don't
up.
have the authority to make things up. You control this.
I mean, why can't you just see that I'm not?
See that car with the number 6234? That's the car we're going to. The sooner you get in that car, the better off we'll all be. Okay?
I'm just saying, I'm really nice to
I understand. It's not.
I get people for free. I don't have to get people in.
I understand.
Like what? Go ahead, sit in your butt first.
Okay.
It's a 22 caliber. It's not like a assault rifle. It's not like a made for killing. It's made for shooting small game.
I understand. You'll have an opportunity to explain your version of why this played out.
Everyone with a gun is not a bad person. I'm just saying. Just because I have a gun doesn't mean I'm a criminal.
I understand that.
Right.
We understand it. We all understand it. You've said that multiple times.
I know.
We understand it. Okay? You all right?
School shooter, ruin that.
Nolan was transported to the local jail and booked on charges of possession of a deadly weapon in a school safety zone, improperly handling firearms, and inducing panic. He later pleaded not guilty to the charges and is set to go to trial. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one and don't forget to subscribe.